Hello, shooters. This episode of TI Goes to School is which arm brace should we put on this Scorpion Evo? Okay, sitting down with my buddy when it comes time to discuss the actual arm brace we're going to use, the first question that had to be answered is to use a folding brace or a fixed brace. This is a fixed brace by SB Tactical. You can see that it almost doubles the length of the overall length of the firearm. My buddy wants to be able to conceal this in shorter packages possible, so that meant a folding brace. But there's a bajillion different fixed brace out there, and there's a number of different folding braces out there. We're not going to look at any other of the fixed braces one. This is a folder that is produced by Hera Arms. There's the button right there. This adapter is what plugs into the CZ, and the folding part is right there where the arrow is. So we discounted this because it does increase the length when the gun is folded. It increases it by that much right there. So even though it's a high quality unit, you can put an AR tube in there. You can put a whole bunch of different arm braces on there, Shockwave Blade or SB Tactical or whatever. But since it does increase the length, we decided to go a different direction. This is another folding option we came across. The folding hinge is made by SB Tactical, and that's the button you push to make it fold right there. So it folds in the same spot that the factory folder would fold. So it does give the shortest overall length. And you can put an AR tube, a type tube in here, and you can put whatever arm brace you want, a Shockwave Blade. That's what's on there right now. Or you can put an SB Tactical or any of the type of arm braces that fit on an AR type buffer tube would fit into this. It wasn't what my buddy was looking for specifically, because this does look more like an add-on, just like the Hera arms. It doesn't look like it's organic to the gun, so we went a different direction. Here's another one that we came across. This is the folder part is actually made by B&T, which is a Swiss firm that makes a lot of folding accessories and things like that for MP5s and UMPs and different submachine guns. So they actually make the folding portion. And then SB Tactical adds on to that their cool looking little arm brace here. So it folds really nice and short. It looks really good on the gun. This was a serious contender. This was tied in first place with the next one we're going to talk about. This is the unit my buddy decided to go with here. This is the factory folding cheek rest. And into that folding cheek rest, we add an adapter and then the Gear Headworks tail hook. We decided to go this direction because he is thinking about maybe SBR in this in the future. And this will allow the factory folding stock to be reattached to this. This is all black here. This is the part that is the folding cheek rest from CZ USA. Typically, how you buy this, it comes with the stock. The stock inserts into this. But you take the stock out of it, you put this adapter in it and add the tail hook, and now it is an arm brace. It is no longer a folding stock. It's a folding arm brace. And so since he wanted to think about going the SBR out later, this it made the most economical sense because he's bought most of it already. Okay, sure. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to convert this folding stock into a arm brace. He decided to go this route in case he decides to SBR it later on. He'll already have the folding stock pieces. This has not been installed on the handgun yet. He bought this separate. Here's the tail hook. He's going to put a tail hook on this. So what we got to do is we got to pound that roll pin out. It's an 1/8 inch roll pin, and take the this stock assembly off. We'll insert the brace on that. Maybe that's out far enough, and it is. Now we will insert the tail hook adapter, and we're going to put it in the complete forward position. There we go. One tap too many. Perfect. Now we'll slide the tail hook assembly on there, and we will tighten it up. Okay, you push this. There's a... You got to push this button in to get this block off. This block was on there kind of tight. I had to use the rubber mallet to help get it off. Now we can slide the arm brace assembly on. Push that spring thing in. There, and she's good to go. Really tight lock up. Okay, now we have our tail hook arm brace installed. Here I'm demoing how to use the tail hook, but since I have a big baggy coat on, you can't really see it. But because it is stabilizing against my forearm there, it really helps hold the gun out there, and it seems to help it from bouncing around a lot. Now I'm using it. I actually have a sling around my neck. The sling's on the left side of the gun, and I'm pushing out against the sling like I have in my AK pistol and AR pistol videos. It's quite a stable way to shoot. Again, I'm pushing out against the sling. And then coming up is if it happens to slip off the cheek and lands in the shoulder. So here's the 3 ways to use the tail hook brace on the Evo Scorpion. Couldn't see it really well. Crazy weather in the area I live these days. It can be, you know, cold one day and warm the next day. The day I was out there, obviously on the range, you saw it was cold, and I had kind of a puffy jacket on. It was difficult to see how I was utilizing the tail hook. So here in the studio, I'll show you how the tail hook is utilized. The very first way to utilize the tail hook is by opening up. You click on that little thing there, you open it up, and then you can put your arm in it like this. Here's how it looks from the other side. And it's really easy to hold it out that way. If I take and click this up and even fold it and hold this out like a handgun, I can't hold it out there very long without it getting heavy. So you open this bad boy up, open up the tail hook, and I can hold it for a long time like this. And it helps to get actually more accurate shots than holding it up just one-handed like that, or even two-handed. You hold it, I can hold it like a traditional handgun with 2 hands, but it actually works better with the with this tail hook brace. So that's one way to use this. Another way to use this is as a cheek rest. We added some, this is like insulation you put over a pipe. Just put it under some tape. And because we switched out the sights, we have a Holosun red dot sight. It's got a really cool reticle. Maybe if I can make this brighter. I hope you can see that. I don't know if you can. Hope you can. It's got an EOTech type reticle. It's got a 65 MOA circle and then a 1 or 2 MOA dot. Works really, really well. And you know how if you ever look through an EOTech, it looks kind of like pixelated, like, you know, a dot matrix, an old school dot matrix printer printed it up or whatever. This is not that way at all. It's a really nice, clear, sharp 65 MOA circle plus a dot in there. I like it. So anyway, we mounted that on there. It co-witnesses exactly with the Magpul flip-up sights we put on there. If you use the CZ stock sights, it clutters up the sight picture through the scope because they're not flip-up. They're permanent up all the time. That's why we switched to the Magpul ones. But they are a little bit higher than the CZ factory sights. And we have a co-witness, 100% co-witness riser on the red dot. So we had to add a little bit here to the cheek rest. Works really well as an arm brace, works really well as a cheek brace, and it also works if it happened to slip off your cheek and you happen to shoulder this bad boy. Highly recommended. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the shares, likes, and subscribes. And as always, ensure that your training and your practice is preparing you for the real world, your real world, and not for the fantasy land of the shooting range. Have a nice day.